All right, guys, let's talk about the Life Ready Challenge that's going to happen not next week, but the week after that. So it'll be the Wednesday before spring break. In the past, if you remember, we had like 4 days of round one. So eighth grade would go on the first day, then seventh grade, then sixth grade, then fifth grade. Then we would announce a top 40, and then those top 40 would compete in round two, which was like a whole full day experience. And then we would announce our top 10 who got a really awesome prize package. This year, we are cramming all five of those days into one day. So everybody will have the opportunity to do a full day of life ready stuff. And then at the end of the day, we will announce our top 10. I'll be announcing later this or early next week what the top 10 will be getting, but I promise you it's going to be good stuff. So let's talk about what that day looks like. So this will be March the 19th. It's the Wednesday before spring break. You will be competing for house points, but you will also be competing to get into that top 10. So here we go. You will have groups on that day. Every grade level has a group. Eighth grade, you are the Sigma Elites. Seventh grade are the Sleigh Masters. Sixth grade, you're the Skibbity Squad. And fifth grade, you are the Alphas. When you arrive that morning, you'll go to your homeroom class and you will get a badge. On your badge, you will have four things. You will have your name. This badge belongs to Jimmy Pancake. You will have the name of the group that you are in. So Jimmy is in Skibbity Squad, which means he's a sixth grader, and he is Gold 2. So whatever group you're in, it'll have that grade level group name, and then it'll have either purple or gold and a number. So you kind of need to know all three of those things. He'll also have a competition number. That is Jimmy's number for the day. He is identified as number 72. We have 406 kids in the school, so your number will be anything from 1 to 406. And then he will have a time on his badge that tells him when he is supposed to compete in the obstacle course. So Jimmy competes at 124 that day. So we'll talk more about what the obstacle course is in a minute, but everybody will wear these badges on their shirts all day long. This is a schedule of what the day will look like. So first thing that morning, you're going to report to homeroom to receive your badges, and then we're all headed to the pack. I'm going to meet with you there, talk to you more about the day, make sure everybody understands what's going on, and then we head into round one at 9 o'clock. So in round one, remember how on Jimmy's badge it said Skibbity Squad Gold? So Jimmy is a gold. You're either going to be a gold or a purple on your badge. If you are a purple, you will compete at 9 o'clock in the vibe zone. If you are a gold, you will compete at 9 o'clock in the launch pad. We'll talk more about what those are here in just a minute. And then everybody will go to lunch. Everybody's eating lunch at the same time. We've got a little bit of a longer lunch period, 45 minutes. Seventh and eighth grade will eat in the cafeteria. Fifth and sixth grade will grab their food and eat in the gym. Then we'll start round two. Round two starts at 12 o'clock. You do the opposite of what you did that morning. So if you're purple, you did the vibe zone in the morning. Now you're going to do the launch pad in the afternoon. And if you were gold, you did the launch pad in the morning. Now you're going to do the vibe zone in the afternoon. After we get through that round, we're all going to head back to the pack and we'll have a ceremony to announce our top students for the day. So let's talk about what the launch pad is. The launch pad is very simple. It's not hard to figure out. When you compete in the launch pad, either in the morning or the afternoon, you're basically just going to go to three classes. And we're going to help you figure out which class that you start in by that number on your badge. Remember, Jimmy Pancake was Skibbity Squad Gold 2. So that 2 tells him where he starts in the launch pad. So he may start in the law class, the professionalism class, or the high school class. So you're going to take three different classes on this day. They should be pretty interesting. It's truly what you need to know in life. The first class on law, Officer Knable will be teaching the seventh and eighth grade class, and Officer Joe Keltner will be coming from the Sheriff's Department to teach the fifth and sixth grade class. They're going to talk to you for 30 minutes about laws and important things you need to know. And then at the end of that 30 minutes, you're going to have a little 10-minute quiz that you take to answer some questions about what you learned. And that quiz score counts toward your score in the Life Ready competition. Another class is the professionalism class. Several of you remember from years past, Mr. Sawyer, Pastor Larry Sawyer from Big Springs is going to teach the 7th and 8th grade professionalism class. And Miss Chelsea Miller from the YMCA is going to teach the 5th and 6th grade professionalism class. And again, there'll be a quick quiz at the end to see what you learned, and that score counts. There will also be a high school class. Mr. Grable will teach the 7th and 8th grade high school class, and Miss Riddle will teach the 5th and 6th grade class. This is all about the brand new diploma that just came out, what you need to know, answering your questions, kind of just what you have to do to graduate high school, sort of a thing. And then again, you'll have a quiz at the end. All three of those quiz scores will count toward your total points. So that's all the Launchpad is. In the Launchpad, you just go to those 3 classes. The vibe zone is a little more confusing. So whenever you compete in the vibe zone, there are 5 things you have to do. You will do the obstacle course. The obstacle course is the same thing that we've always done in years past. There will be 7 stations to the obstacle course. You have 2 minutes at each station. And I'm going to tell you in a minute what all 7 of those stations are. The obstacle course is the only thing that you have a specific time when you have to be there. So on your name badge, remember how Jimmy Pancake competed at 124? That means when he does the vibe zone at 124, probably actually a little bit before 124, he needs to be there ready to compete. So Jimmy Pancake's got to manage his time and make sure that he does these other 4 things before and after he competes in the obstacle course. So you'll want to look at your time and think about how to get all this done. Part of life skills is time management. So obstacle course, you have a time. The other 4 things in the vibe zone are just rooms that are available to you, and you go do them on your own during the vibe zone. So the Pathways Tour is something else you'll do while you're in the vibe zone. It's going to happen in the mess hall. High school students are going to have booths set up for all 7 pathways that we offer in the high school, and you're going to check those out. The Career One Stop, there will be 4 different rooms. There'll be a 5th grade room, 6th grade room, 7th grade room, and 8th grade room. So you will go to the room for your grade, and it's something the counselors have put together. It's a task that you'll complete. There'll be a letter writing station. Again, there will be a 5th grade room, 6th grade room, 7th grade room, and 8th grade room, and an art project where you will go to the library and work on that. I've got a little bit more information about each of these stops in the vibe zone. So let's start with that obstacle course. So the 7 stations in the obstacle course, here's what you're going to have to do. You can start practicing and preparing. You have to fold laundry. You have to show us how to jump a car. You got to use some tools. You have to present something. You've got to use a map to give directions. You've got to count back change, and you've got to know a little bit about school safety, like our fire drills, intruder drills, that sort of thing. And then I've got the room numbers on here where each of the obstacle courses will be set up for each grade. Remember, this is the only one where you have a specific time that you have to be there to compete. Pathways Tour, you just stop in and do this. The 7 pathways in the high school are agriculture, manufacturing, healthcare, hospitality, education, arts, and digital design. You're going to check out a booth on all 7 of these things. And then at the end, there's going to be a QR code on the wall. You'll scan it with your iPad, and you'll take a little quiz about the 7 pathways and what you learned in the mess hall, and that will count towards your score. Also, again, in the vibe zone is that career one stop that we mentioned. This is the one that the counselors are putting together. They're going to have a task that you have to complete while you're in there, and they will give you a score while you're in there. We've got different rooms for each grade level. I've listed the room numbers on here. All right, also the letter writing. In this station, you're going to go to your designated room. Again, the room numbers are on here. You'll get in there. You're going to write a formal thank you letter to one of the volunteers who are here on that day helping, thanking them for what they're doing. All of these letters are going to be scored by AI, and you will get a score for your letter based on the professionalism, your grammar, the content, and just how well you do on that letter. This is something, again, you can practice beforehand. You can kind of mock it up. You can figure out what you want to say and kind of know ahead of time going into it how you want to do this letter. Also, in the vibe zone, I mentioned the art piece. Everybody is going to make something on this day in the library. And then we're going to take all of those somethings that you make and we're going to put it together into one big art piece that we're going to display in the school after this day is over. For this, you're going to get participation points for fully completing the art piece. All right, I've also included a map of the day. So I listed some room numbers on there before, but I've put them all on a map here that you guys will be able to access on that day to help figure out where you're going. Big things you need to know for this day. You have to have an iPad and it has to be charged. You're going to use it a lot that day for different things that you have to do. It's going to be a fun day. I'm excited for this to happen. I'm excited for every kid in the school to get the full 1 day experience instead of just the top 40. I'm very thankful for our teachers and the outside volunteers that are coming in. We have a lot of people showing up to make this day happen. You guys, I have sent this PowerPoint or this Google Slides presentation to you in your email so that you have access to it. Go back through it and start working on some of these things. Make sure you know how to fold laundry, make sure you know how to jump a car, make sure you know how to write a formal letter. There's several things in there that you can start working on and practicing to try to get yourself in that top 10 and get your house some house points. All right, go ahead and start studying. Thank you guys. See you later.